Hello everyone, welcome to our channel One Universe Movement. Today I'm taking a little break from being behind walls and come out to be a part of nature, and also to tell you about the making of a slave, right? But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the making of a slave, I want to remind you to like and subscribe, and also to remind you about our meeting coming this Friday at 5 to 6 p.m. on May 28th. I hope that you will be there to hear what we have to say about how all of this psychology affects us in religion today. And it doesn't matter what religion you belong to, nor does it matter what skin color you are, right? So in the making of the slave, they use 6 cardinal principles. The first is that both man and horse were of no use to the economy in their natural state of mind, in their natural way of life. And second, the two must be broken and tied together for orderly production. Third, for orderly futures, you must keep an eye on the mother and its children, right? Because how you're reared or you're brought up is going to affect the economy negatively if it's not done correctly. So keeping a close eye on particularly the mother and child was of extreme importance to this principle. And the fourth, both must be crossbred to produce a variety and division of labor. You don't want the same thing all the time, so you have to crossbreed to generate the difference in labor and variety that they needed to achieve for the kind of economy that they were building. And fifth, both must be taught to respond to a particularly new language. The sixth, the psychological and physical instruction of containment must be created for both. Now, what did this look like? Let me tell you of a little dream I had many years ago. I think this dream will put it in perspective for you. I dreamt that I was walking at the edge of forest, right, much denser than what you're seeing behind me. And as I was walking, I looked behind me, like way out there, and there was this huge dark cloud just like, in a great rush towards the direction I was coming. I knew a storm was coming, so I started to run. But I couldn't outrun the storm. I could not outrun the storm. The storm caught up to me, and I tried to hold on to a tree, a nearby tree, and I hang on to the tree for dear life. And the wind picked up the tree and myself went sailing, and it landed just at the edge of the forest. As I was there, I noticed everybody else that was at the edge of the forest was all dressed like they were going to a wedding. I looked at myself, and there I was, dressed in white. My supposed groom, whom I did not recognize, brought me to what I would call a stand, right? And at this stand, they put me to kneel down with my head rested on the table, and they chopped off my head, picked it back up, put it back on my body, and stitched it up. And I became a zombie. That's about sums up what it is like to make a slave. What they did, remember yesterday fear was a big thing, so how they implemented this fear, in case you missed it, is simply to adhere a certain amount of cruelty even in front of the women. To see your boy child or your husband or your men in your community being slaughtered in front of your eyes being tied to horses and the horses beaten in two different directions and ripping that person in half, setting them on fire before doing all of that. And then for the rest of the men, they beat them to the point of death without killing them. Now that's going to break the heart of any woman in any culture at all. So what happens now in the race of those who are being enslaved is the women are now put in front of the man, and the man is being sheltered by the woman because his spirit is broken and so is hers, but hers is not broken in the same way that his is broken. Hers is broken in the way that she feels stuck, like you're unable to breathe. You know, those of us with asthma, we can relate well. You know, upper respiratory issues, you can relate well to being stuck and unable to breathe, right? This is the mentality that she is left to raise her children with, and so that fear is instilled across the board through generations. Now, when we look at our society today, many of us wonder what is going on. Why is there so much atrocities going on all around us? And don't blame it all on COVID. This stuff started long before COVID. So I am challenging you to take a very good look, very, very close look at your religious structure, your religious belief, the things that you practice in your own home, even to the point that I want you to consider what love looks like in your dispensation, in your home. Is this the love that Creator sanctioned you to carry out, or are you infiltrating a different kind of love in your household? God bless and keep. Love ya.